Hi everyone, my name is Sierra and I'm coming on here today I woke up at 4, like around almost close to 4:30, and my brain automatically started to go to, okay, you are now able to be free. You don't have any limiting beliefs hindering you. This past week has been a spiritual an awakening. And I came across a couple of different platforms that has brought the awakening, the attention to what I'm going through at this time. And it made me understand, okay, so this is what I'm going through. And right now, and the reason why I like doing this is because I like that I'm doing it right now, is because I'm in it now. And let me get this pronunciation right, because I keep saying the word wrong. But I am in liminal. I am in the liminal space of my life. And the liminal space means occupying a position at or on both sides of a boundary or threshold. So I am in the middle of my old life, and I am also not in the life that I have been, not in the life that I have been wanting for myself, and not in the life that has that I have gotten there yet. And I'm not in that life either. So I'm in the in-between space. And I discovered that I'm in this liminal space a couple of days ago when a woman, she's a YouTuber, and she YouTubed about this, and something told me, let me just listen to it. And she discussed how it feels, and I'm blessed to even have I will put the link to her video in the description box once I find it, but I am blessed to have understand that I am in this liminal space. I am blessed enough to see that I am, because this is where the change happens. This is where things change, and that I have no ties to anything or anyone in this world but myself. And this started months ago. How did this all start? Was months ago, when I was working for the schools here where I live in Florida, and my body was just like she was no, we're not doing this. Like, we don't like this. We don't want this. This is not what we asked for. This is not what the type of life that we wanted. Yes, I was helping people. I was helping the kids. The kids loved me. I loved them. But it was also something that I've done for years. When I was in New York, I always worked with the kids. I've always worked in this space. And in my graduate program, while I was at school getting my master's, I kept on saying, I'm tired of talking about trauma. Let's talk about healing. And I never forget that day that I was in my clinical 3 class when I said these words out of my mouth. And I knew that, okay, I'm tired of this, but let me hold on a little bit longer until I get my license. And that did, yeah. So I held on. It was 2024 at the time, 2025, and now 2026, and my body is like, no, we cannot. So I was working at the schools here in Florida, doing my job, and I couldn't do it anymore. I said, I don't know. I had a breakdown. It was a lot going on in my life as well, with my children, not being able to see my kids. And, I just felt so much pressure. I felt a lot of pressure. And I still feel a lot of that pressure. But what I did this past week was I labeled the pressure. So I wrote in my journal, I labeled every pressure that I'm having right now. And I looked at it, and none of it is my pressure. None of it comes from me. One thing comes from me, right? And that's where we're going into right now, because after I left the schools, I was out from like maybe the end of September to about November. And I went to New York in October. I got to see my kids and just took a break, got myself together. I found the job in that meantime, but it was also too another social work job. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, maybe it's a different environment. It's more pay. I'll probably adjust. I'll probably be fine. It's different. Let me try again and let me see. My body in the beginning was fine, and then the work started piling up on me, and the emotional. I'm doing therapy from kids from ages 5 to people who are age 71, and I'm seeing patients back to back to back, and their emotional toll took a toll on me, especially as I'm very sensitive to those type of things, and I thought I can handle it, and I could not handle it. It brought me down, and I just couldn't do that. And I kept on thinking about, I can't be like this when my kids come. I can't live like this when they come, and I can't live like this. I can't do this anymore. And I got to a point where my body was just and when a person goes silent, that, okay, when you go silent, when somebody comes in bubbly and beauty, light and ready, but then their silence starts to take over. It means that you're planning. It doesn't make any sense for you to speak about it anymore, because you've said what you had to say. And I was bringing up concerns to the leaders at my job and letting them know how I feel, and I didn't feel supported. But I also came to the conclusion that, okay, this work is not the reason why I keep ending up in these situations, is because this is not the work that I want to do. So I quit. I quit my job, of course, one, but I also quit the career choice that I choose not to be a social worker anymore. And not that I want to help people. A part of me wants to help people. A part of me wants to see people experience some of the awakenings that I've experienced, even though I'm not completely there yet. But is anyone ever completely there? We're awakening all the time. And, but then I started to say, that is not my responsibility. My responsibility is myself, my 8-year-old son, and my 9-year-old son. Those are my responsibility. And, it comes a time in your life when you have to choose yourself, or you're going to choose your burdens and everything else that you're dealing with in life. And I'm at a point in my journey where I'm choosing myself. I'm choosing my happiness. So this is where we come up to the liminal space, right? So liminal spaces are right now I'm in between wanting my own life back, wanting Sierra back, wanting, oh my God, the girl who was 50 pounds lighter, the girl who had stamina and energy and light and goddess and, just beautiful and bubbly. And, she just emanated light and love and all of these things, not only to others but to herself. She just was this beautiful person. But now I am still all of her, but now I'm going into spaces where I'm growing into an uncomfortable place. And I don't know what's next for me. I'm thinking about, what am I going to do? What do I love to do? I do love interacting with people, but on a non-emotional aspect. I don't want to take on I don't want to hear about anyone else's suffering, because honestly, I'm going through my own stuff in my own life. I can't take on other people's, especially at this point in my life where I am in a battle for my children and, trying to make sure that my life is going in. And you don't have to choose other people. You're allowed to choose yourself. And that is something that I'm learning from listening to the, people who talk about liminal spaces. And also, I looked at another YouTuber. It's so crazy because his videos came out 8 years ago. 8 years ago, I was in the relationship that he was describing, the empath versus the narcissist. And he talks about self-transformation and liminal spaces. And the liminal space is where the transformation happens. It's where it comes alive. It's where the light bulb goes off and you say, yeah, this is uncomfortable and I don't know what's going to happen in my life. I'm in an unknown space, but something beautiful comes out of the liminal space. And I don't know what that beautiful is because I'm in the middle of it, but I am looking at my liminal space different because of these two people who has brought this attention to my forefront. In 8 years, somebody's gonna see this video and understand what they're going through, and understand the self-transformation that they're enduring at this time. And it's uncomfortable. It's anger, it's rage. It's literally going through the stages of grief. You're grieving your old self, and you're also looking forward to the person you're becoming. You're looking at your life. You're literally dissecting your life on all dimensions of wellness. And you are looking at, what can I do? What is for me? Where do I start? And for me, because of my situation and because, I'm a Capricorn, so I like stability, and I'm a Taurus moon. So I like stability, I like security, and I like, I like feeling confident. So for me, this liminal space pertains to my work because I'm not happy with the work that I'm doing. So social work, and it's not that I have to reinvent the wheel. I don't have to go out. I mean, I have been thinking about exercising my right to go back to school and taking maybe some tech courses and things like that, because that is the age that we're going into, and I have to keep up with that, right? We all have to. So I'm thinking about doing that. But right now I need to stabilize. So I'm looking at, for me right now, it's about my career. Liminal spaces can be about anything. This is about my career. This is about a relationship that has come to an end. This is about stuff, my children, that I don't even know what's going to happen with them. So I am in a liminal space from different dimensions in my life, right? Socially, with my relationship, occupationally, with my job, financially, with, I'm in a huge space. And for some people, it might be one thing. For some people, it might be like me. It might be a bunch of stuff going through. But honestly, listening, and I'm going to post the videos and the playlist of the other two people that I listened to, so you can go check them out. But listening to them has really opened up. Okay, I understand, because once you understand what you're going through and where you're at, you can then take the steps. Okay, so this is where I'm at. What's my first step that I need to do? What's the most important step for me at this time? For me, that would be stability. Okay, so I need to find a way to be stable while also figuring out what is next for me in life. Something that is not going to give me the same type of pressure that I had before from my previous work. I can't go back, because I'm just gonna, if I go, look, I went back and I went from the schools to a healthcare setting, and that didn't work out. So that means that this can no longer sustain me. This no longer sustains me. So I have to do something very different than what I'm doing now. And I'm really, truly blessed that I am a person that is, I'm scared of, everyone is scared of change, because you don't really know what's the outcome. But I'm also scared but I'm also, not scared. I'm also proud of myself for taking initiatives that, just doing what I have to do for myself and choosing me first. And me a long time ago would have not done this. And it's so crazy because, and the reason why also the liminal space is a very scary place is because you've known this thing this is what you've wanted to do. I wanted to do social work for so long. I wanted my license. I wanted to start my little practice. And I started to realize that I don't need a license to start any practice. I can coach and help people, and still in that way, but on my terms. It doesn't have to be on someone else's terms. It can be on my terms. So I can take on 5 clients and put my gavel down and say, okay, I'm done for the day. I do not want this. I can take on 1 client, or I can take on, I don't have to do therapy, but more of a coaching somebody on how to get out of whatever I'm coaching them on, right? So I had to look at those things. So now I'm in this space. My head, literally, once I found out, my brain cleared. It didn't clear all the way. Of course, the thoughts of, the worry, the fight and the flight, and the how am I going to figure this out comes up. And I just tell I tell myself that, well, you have this coming up, well, you got this, you got options, right? You always have options. It's all a matter of trying to find those options and where you can start and go from them. So now I am new. So all of the beliefs from my childhood, growing up, has all washed away. It's like I died, and I can't, it's literally this is how I can explain it. It's like I died and life came back on once I was able to label what I'm going through. And labeling is the first step. Once I was able to label what I'm enduring at this time, it was like it was like I died, I died and I got back on, like, and my brain came back on. My heart started working again. And I understood, like, okay, so this is it. So all my beliefs from childhood washed away. Everything that I knew about finances, everything that I thought I knew about this world has been all washed away. Everything has washed away. I am a brand new child. I am a brand new baby, and I've been reborn. Once you are able, literally, I was just able to label what's happening to me, and this is all the things that has come up for me. So now it's like, okay, I'm not putting pressure on myself because I'm already under a lot of pressure, even while going through all of this. So I'm giving myself 2 big goals that it doesn't have to be, I'm trying to hit one of the goals by the end of this month. So I'm hoping I hit one of the goals by the end of this month. But I made myself 2 goals for the next 2 to 3 months, because I already been doing one. Well, I just did this. So for the next 2 to 3 months, because 3 months is April now. April just started. So April, May, June, July. So for the next 3 months, I gave myself just 2 goals. I'm not looking at my complete future and what I want that to look like. I'm just going in intervals because I already am undergoing so much pressure. And if you are you're experiencing what I'm experiencing, you're under a lot of pressure and you don't know where to start with the 2 most, or the 1 most important goal for you right now, and work from there. Because you're going to feel like if you try to look at your whole life in one setting and what you want your life to be like, it's going to be more pressure and you're not going to be able to do it. So just look at it, 1 goal. One of the goals I already been started. I started back on the first day of spring, which is very unintentional, but I started working out and moving my body again. And I didn't move my body for because my schedule at work was just really bad. Like, I stopped working out. It was just like, I just wanted to go home at the end of the day. I didn't want to do anything else but just go home and just just sleep and rest, because I was so tired and so depleted. So I stopped working out, and I think like maybe around my birthday, which was in January 3rd. Like, I literally had my last workout, like, I think the day before New Year's or the day after or something like that. And so I didn't work out for like about 2 months, February, but I started back for actually about 2 months. And I started back on March. I started walking again and started, okay, you know what? Let me just do this. Just started walking. I didn't even walk long. I started off with 10 minutes because I felt like my body couldn't even become who she was. And then I started walking longer, and then I went to the gym and just started back slowly, slow steps, just getting back in and feeling how my body feels again and letting my body do what it's meant to do. Because that was something that made me feel very uncomfortable, was letting my body do what it needed to do in these moments. And I just surrendered over to what she wanted and just gave her what she wanted. So even if she wanted to do freaking jumping jacks that day, she just did jumping jacks. If she wanted to run, she went to run. I just listened to her. And the other goal, I'm still working on that. I'm praying that something that comes through for me. But this is how I'm starting off in my liminal space, And I don't know how long this is going to last. It can last years because I'm literally discovering a new self. I'm literally discovering myself. And once I'm able to get these, and then first two goals, one goal, then I can add another goal. Okay, so I want to start, where do I want to start, right? So, and then going from there. And I already have most of these my in my toolbox. I already have everything that I want to do, but now it's just a matter of stabilizing and having the pressure off, right? The pressure off of everything that I'm enduring. So that's what it is for me. But yeah, this is the liminal phase space. I keep saying phase. Then maybe this is it is a phase that I'm experiencing at this time. And for other people who are experiencing the liminal space, and it is hard, and it is you dying, it's you are dying, and you will probably even find yourself saying those things, because I found myself telling myself, like, Sierra, you're dying, like, and it's going to feel like death, especially if you are experiencing many, many different things going on in your life that is, nothing is working out. It's most likely because it's dying, and you're not going to be the same person. I know I'm not going to be the same person, but this is also a space where you can go back to who you were. I mean, well, you can never go back to who you were, because once you see, you can't unsee, but you can self-sabotage. And that's the second part of what I'll do, because we're already at 30 minutes. The second part of this is I will discuss the repercussions of what happens if we choose not to walk into the path of the liminal space, of the unknown. And I don't know about y'all, but all I can say is that I'm choosing to walk into my liminal space and surrender my ass over. And I already know how uncomfortable it's going to be for me, because I already was here once, and it was uncomfortable, and I self-sabotaged a relationship. I self-sabotaged friends. I self-sabotaged before. And but now I'm not that same girl who I didn't know at the time. Now I know. And this is where God is like, have you learned the lesson? Do you understand what's happening at this time? And I was able, because of these videos, I was able to understand. Because of this, I was able to, and I'm very, very truly blessed. And I pray that one day, in however many years throughout the next years, that somebody is listening to me and they're appreciating what I'm saying, because we always gonna have, we don't know when the person in our family who's going to be the person, we don't know who it is going to be. But so in the next episode, we'll discuss the liminal space and the self-sabotaging tendencies that we can put on ourselves and do, because we can end up seeing ourselves go backwards instead of forwards. And I'll talk more about me and choosing to go forward and to kind of surrender to what's happening and not self-sabotage in the making of it. Thank you guys so much. My name is Tiara, and I appreciate you listening to this episode and my journey. This is what I'm going through at the time. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. I affirm I am worthy of living my best life.